and welcome back to Dark Souls. Between episodes now, we have gotten ourselves up to level 10 in attunement, so that we were able to attune the combustion pyromancy that we got the last episode. And I have also farmed enough large titanite that we now have a plus 10 weapon. It's a really easy thing to do, and it doesn't take long at all. Like this, especially with combustion, like the farming session that I did here, it was barely a farming session at all. Like it took like 5-10 minutes, and what I did is basically just this. So you run through this. I like to kill off this hollow in there. Then you switch over to your combustion, because you see, with if I two-hand my weapon, it kind of takes a while to kill these guys. But if you use combustion, kill them in one hit. And they don't have a super high drop chance of the large titanite shards, but it's definitely enough, because it's you're so close to the bonfire anyway. So you just go in here and just run past all of them so that they drop down, and then you just combustion all of them, and then you just run into the bonfire again and reset it and do it all over again. They have a bit of a higher chance of dropping the green titanite shards rather than the large ones, and the green ones are really useful as well, and mostly because well, the primary use for the green titanite shards is to upgrade in the special, like, elemental paths, if you want to have a weapon that is fire based or like lightning or whatever it is. I don't think lightning is one of I haven't done those things in a long time, but those are more used for those types of items. But the secondary use of them is actually a whole lot more useful, where you can actually trade them with Framt later on to get I think you get 3 normal titanite shards per green titanite, which is really nice if you wanna just upgrade your armor a bit, mainly. And that way you can get a lot of free just normal titanite shards to upgrade your stuff with. Here we find a heavy crossbow. We are gonna use both of the summons, sadly. Another one of those bosses where I don't really like using summons, but we're gonna show that off anyway. So, talking a little bit about the boss before we go in, we're gonna face the Gaping Dragon. And the Gaping Dragon's well, the way that you fight him is basically that you try to stick to mid-range from him. That's kind of how you bait out his headbutt attack, where he slams his body onto the floor, and then you can get some free hits in on his head, and then he starts running just straight forward. Just have a little bit of a charge attack, where you start going behind him instead, and you can get the tail cut and whatnot. It's kind of a really mechanical boss that is really kind of easy when you do it alone, but you kind of never know what's gonna happen when you use the summons. So we're gonna summon Lautrec here, and we can also have Solaire. So we're gonna use both of them, and in this fight in particular, they kind of make things just harder, I think. But yeah, it's just harder to control what the boss is doing with those guys around. see that there's it's much harder to bait out the attacks with the summons there, because they stay just too close to the boss to really bait it out easier. If you stand close to the boss, he's way more likely to do the just swiping attacks with his claws, and that's kind of not what you want in this boss fight. But luckily he kind of did it anyway, and it worked out fairly easy. There we got the Blighttown Key. Key to Blighttown from the depths of the undead burg is swallowed by the gaping dragon. As its name suggests, Blighttown is a place of great pestilence. Even the polluted inhabitants of the depths are aware of its dangers and built this mighty door in hopes that they could remain safely separated. And yeah, we didn't get a soul from that, did we? No, he doesn't have a soul. Okay, well, now we can go and open up the door to Blighttown. Okay, so in Blighttown, I want to switch to the spider shield because it's very useful down there against the toxic dart guys, and there's also quite a bit of enemies that do poison damage. It's definitely not like if you do a normal playthrough of the game and you don't really care about going through the entire thing, then going the back door to Blighttown is a pretty good idea to do, just to get out of having to do all of this nonsense. Unless there is something that you specifically want in here, there are some pretty nice items to get in here as well, depending on what you like. Get some dung pies. So these enemies here, they actually have a poison attack as well. If we were hit by this, or if we get hit on the shield with this, we would be poisoned if we didn't have the spider shield, as we do now. Thankfully, they attack so slowly, and the build-up is so weak that usually you don't get poisoned by these. We are getting closer to the first blow dart guy though, and that's a completely different story with their toxic darts. I have one right there. If we take the hits with the spider shield, we're not affected at all. They can get you toxic really quickly though, if you don't have the protection for it. Luckily for us, they do not respawn, so we. Blighttown is definitely, like, if you want to go through this place and pick up all of the stuff, like the best thing to do is really just to try to take it slow and easy. If you start trying to speed through this area, I find it very easy to just die because you fall off of ledges and whatnot. There's so many places where you can just fall and die. So I like to take it slow and easy. Do I have the hornet ring on? I do. It's also a really good place to just look for or listen to the audio cues. Down there we have a bit of a special item. A really nice weapon that a lot of people enjoy a lot, called the Iaito. One of the katana weapons. But yeah, oh, someone fell off. Because this area is so quiet, like in ambient sound, you can most of the time hear when someone is kind of aggroed on you. He kind of knows where that we're here, but he seems a little bit lost on what to do. He can get up on that ladder. There we go. And these ones that are like different color, they're a bit spicier because they move when you get on them. It's super weird with the first times that you use those, and you just wanna try to take it easy over those as well, of course. We plop down here, we get the Shadow Garb. The set that the little like half invisible man with the Shiva was wearing. It's a pretty nice set to have down here because I think, if I'm not misremembering completely, it has some pretty decent poison resistance. It has 47 on the garb itself, which is pretty nice. Resistance is not really being something that you usually bother too much with at all in this game, to be honest, but not on armors at least. It's really nice on the remaster that you can actually see a bit further. Like, we can already see the little tick, whatever it's supposed to be. It looks like a tick to me, at least. The writhing thing over there. It's not really something that you would be able to see from here in the original. It's just a bit better draw distance. There's someone coming up behind us, huh? He's trying to trick us. These fire dogs here, they are kind of scary because they deal quite a lot of damage, and they're a bit devious when it comes to fighting them. A lot depending on what weapon you have, to be honest. It feels like there is someone close by there. Maybe someone up above somewhere. Oh, it might be him actually. He's a little bit trapped in there. We can break him free just to take care of him. Not sure if that was the one who made the noise, but I was pretty sure I heard some enemy up here making noises. Can pick up another soul. And now we just wanna go back up again, really, because we wanna make the jump over to the Iaito, hopefully. And the way you wanna do this is kind of jumping at the end of this this little stick that juts out, and we can pick up that. It's a pretty good weapon. A lot of people like this this type of weapon. Like pretty much all of the katana weapons are pretty nice. My favorite of them is the Uchigatana, but the Iaito and the washing pole are all really nice weapons, especially the washing pole because of the reach of it, because it's compared to the other ones, it's super long. We have some guys down there. See if we can bait them to come up here, so that we don't have to go down there for them. We got one of them. It's kind of interesting to see on some of the like the enemy that is still down there. Like he is his weapon is like a corpse of some sort that's like twisted in onto a stick or something. Or is it just a corpse? It's a really interesting weapon, and it's a great shame though you can't get that as an item yourself. It could have been really interesting to have a better look at. We have an item over there that is actually a really good item to pick up in here. Not a fun way to go and get an item, but 3 blooming purple moss is definitely worth it. It's such a useful thing to have here, and I always like to have the blooming purple moss and the purple moss clumps on my hotbar ready to go if I need them. And this is the way back to where we were, basically. And I'm gonna try to traverse this without falling. Some bits of it I find easier to move a little bit quicker and not just go super slow all the way. But I feel like people have their own little preferred ways of getting over there. Some people like to go really slow all the way. But and I've found this one to be a little bit devious to go to, because if you move too closer up to the boards there, you can actually get a little bit pushed and just slide off the whole thing. So staying in the middle there is kind of the better choice. I really like this this area for the level design. Like I think the level design is excellent, and I love the way that this place looks. It's really good at conveying what type of hellish place this really is, with all of this like kind of rotten, broken down scaffolding all over the place, and it's just you don't really want to go out there, because I don't think anything anything in front of me actually has any a hitbox, so you can't really go on there. You can see an item over there, which is a really, really nice item that we're gonna hopefully pick up. You can actually see the enemies all the way down in the swamp area too. Let's see what that is. That's just the worms, isn't it? Yeah, we have the item there. And we can also see by the by these like I don't know what you would call them, but like these struts, or like the where the item there is, like that this is the kind of structure that we could see from all the way from Firelink Shrine. So, do we need to go back on the... We need to go back on the over the bridge, don't we? Oh. So did we go over to this place just because of one humanity? Oop, 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 oop. That was close, okay. And I think we're actually not gonna use this bonfire. I think we will try to refrain from doing that, because that will just respawn all of the enemies that we've already killed again. So I'm gonna try not to. Because I still have 8 Estus flasks, so I feel fairly confident that we'll be able to get all the way down to the next bonfire instead. You have over here you have a blow dart guy standing up there somewhere, and he is gonna be able to start attacking you fairly soon. Yeah, there he goes. Definitely an enemy to be aware of here. I couldn't really see him with my binoculars, but we can see that he's shooting up there now. And I feel like I kind of always forget how to get out to the item that we were looking at earlier, because it's supposed to be on... Okay, so it's one level down from here. It's typically not an area that you run around in a lot. Like, even if you play through this game multiple times, then most of the times you will be using the back entrance, really, just to skip over all of this. Oh, now we just back up here again? Yeah, we are. Okay. So that was wrong. We'll find it eventually. Maybe we should go and take care of some of the enemies first, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. Come on. Come on. Yeah, you come up here. There we go. Now you managed to get all the way. Well done. Pistol item. He's on his way back up here as well. There him. And our Balder side sword is doing a really good job in this place too. The stab attack especially being super useful here. Going up here we will get to the blow dart guy and just try to take care of him as soon as we can. Get some purple moss. But I kinda have to find the way to that item now. Or can we... Is it that we break the... Oh shit. Can we like break the... this stuff here? I can't remember how to get there. I'm supposed to get up. We use this to go down. There's another blow dart. Okay, let's fill up on our health a little bit. And here it is. Yeah, okay. Good. Awesome. And from here we can get the eagle shield. The eagle shield is actually a fan-made shield that won a contest to be entered into the game. At least the artwork of it. It's the lightest of the great shields, and you cannot parry with it, and it doesn't have it only has 95% physical damage reduction, the 75 in lightning though, which is really good. But if you want a really light great shield, then the eagle shield is an excellent choice. It used to be more overpowered before they changed it, because it used to be 100% physical reduction. But yeah, I mean you can't parry with it, and a lot of people like parrying, including me. I mean, in situations, a great shield is really nice to have, but overall, I would prefer medium shields so that I can parry. Here we have the tick, and there's only one of these enemies in the entire game, and you can only get attacked by it from this side of him. Just wanted to go in there and take care of those to make sure that I don't get those on my back. One of the interesting things about this though is that like we don't really know anything about this enemy. Like it's just kind of there, and there's not much lore to it at all. But it's kind of interesting how like there is a theory that involves the Xanthus King Jeremiah. Because the tick, I mean, it resembles the hat of Xanthus King Jeremiah quite well, and there's also a very good pyromancy that he's guarding. So there, I feel like there's a little bit of a connection there, but nothing that we can really say for sure. It's a cool theory though, I think. And if we plop down here, I think it's here you're supposed to plop down. Yeah. We can pick up a whip. Kind of a useless weapon. To be fair, I think they virtually ineffective against armor and tough scales, but quite formidable against enemies with exposed skin. Yes, because they have a bit of no, it doesn't. Thought it had a little bit of poison to it, but it doesn't. Not that one, at least. But I mean, for starters, whips are not really weapons at all. It was never intended from the start. It was never intended to be used as a weapon or like to hit anything with, really. Ended up kind of being that in movies and whatnot, and I mean in real life too, mostly as a torture method, but the initial the initial reason why they made the whip at all is because of the sound that it makes, that would kind of scare people. And well, not people really either. I mean, it was meant for animals. It was meant to make the oxens move quicker and whatnot. It's just that of course people as normal as we are, we found a way to use it as a weapon too. I'm actually going the wrong way. I think I was thinking the right thing when I first went up here, but then I changed my mind, and now that I saw the shadow of the tick, I realized that yeah, I'm heading the wrong way, because we do want to go up and take care of the tick, but I'm not entirely sure how to get back up now. Okay, yeah. It was easy enough. So now we want to go up. We want to go up and in. No, it's not up here. I'm a little bit lost right now, but it will. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, it's yeah. The reach of this weapon has already saved me so many times. And now from the back of this we can kill it without problems, unless we get too close here and we fall down between it and the ledge. Then we will not have a good time at all. The health bar of it being a little bit too high for us to see when we're locked on, but I want to stay locked on to not goof this. So we just go in and kill him, and we get the power within, an excellent pyromancy. Pyromancy of Carmina, who harnessed the power of flame to actualize the inner self. Short strength endurance boost, but lose HP. Excessive power eats away the life force of its caster. And like all dangerous spells, power within was kept secret for aeons. So you have the little like the power within eats away your life force and whatnot, being kind of symbolic to the tick enemy, I guess. We don't know a whole lot about Carmina, but we get a few snippets of that person as well. I'm now as I'm talking about it, I'm not 100% sure that Carmina is a female or not. The name sounds female to me, but I'm not. I can't remember if it's ever stated that Carmina is a female or not, so I kind of want to refrain from saying that. Oh, the ragdoll. Here we have, we're gonna have some glow dark guys over there, yeah. Oh, one of them, which I wanna be. Oh god. Okay. That was not good. Not good at all. Oh god. Oh, we gotta chug. Ooh. That was a failed plunging attack that almost killed me there. Dear lord. You need so little in this game to just completely throw you off and mess everything up. Like we were doing so good up until the point where we weren't anymore. Here we get the Wanderer set. So this is how far the Wanderer starting class made it. Kind of impressive. And we also got the enchanted falchion, which is well, it's upgraded in the enchanted path, which is an intelligence-based upgrading path. It's definitely areas like this that the remastered version of this game has improved the most, because like just the rendering distance here is so much better than in the original, and it just makes the entire area look so much better. I mean, it's still a horrible swamp, but and now we can switch over to the Rusted Iron Ring, which will let us move around in this bit easier. I think though that the Havel's Ring doesn't really do much for me. Yeah, it doesn't. Havel's Ring doesn't matter right now because we won't be able to fast roll anyway. We can instead have the Hornet Ring and the Rusted Iron Ring. We'll just go in here and activate the bonfire, and this is another one of those bonfires that I like to kindle at least once. So we can have a bit of an easier time just exploring, and there's a bit of leeway in terms of me messing up a little bit. So in here we find a dragon scale, and if you look at the map of this entire game, you can see that this place kind of syncs up with the bottom of the gaping dragon boss room. So kind of this room in here, I think, is pretty much directly below the gaping dragon. So kind of the implication being that the dragon scale comes from the gaping dragon itself. Can take a quick look at it. Dragon scale for reinforcing dragon weapons peeled from an ancient dragon. A dragon is inseparable from its scales, and the transcendent apostles who seek the perpetuity of the ancient dragons have crossed the very end of the earth to seek this invaluable treasure. I mean, gaping dragon is not an ancient dragon. I would think, like, if he's not a proper dragon, he's like a one of those fake dragons. But I mean, for kind of gameplay reasons, they have to have dragon scales on some enemies. Here we get the invasion by Mildred. Mildred being a throwback to Demon Souls. I think it was in Demon Souls that one of the developers used this kind of setup as a like their PvP testing thing, and it kind of stuck as something that they found funny. I think it was from Demon Souls that they started, because they have the same outfit kind of there. I'm not 100% sure, though. It could be for this game actually. But and from this we get the butcher knife, which is a weapon that I really like a lot. It's a really nice one. Giant butcher knife wielded by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. More a tool for subduing and preparing live catches than an actual weapon. Those who have faced this deadly blade have a deeper sense of how helpless prey must feel. Those are the weapons that the butchers up in the depths used as well. Here we have Shiva, because we're in the Forest Hunter Covenant. We can have Shiva down here, and that is how you kind of continued the his quest line that was removed. And beyond this part, he would I mean, he's seeking the Chaos Blade, and the Chaos Blade is something that you make from the soul of Quelaag. So he's moving closer to Quelaag.
Hello again. Strange to meet away from the clan and the forest. But while you are here, how about some equipment? I love collecting these things, but I can only keep so many. And you know, you are a friend. I'll sell them cheap.
He does, however, for us have, well, the look skyward gesture, but he has some really interesting weapons. Not super interesting in lore perspective, but there's some, like the Uchigatana, for example, is there's only two places that you can get them. Either way, either you buy them from Shiva, or you get them from the undead merchant in the burg. I'm not exactly sure where you would get the washing pole, except for with Shiva, but yeah, the Demon's Great Axe is one that you can get from fighting Taurus Demon, wielded by the lesser Taurus demons. Yeah. You have the Demon Spears that the enemies in Orlando wield, the demon kind of gargoyle-looking thingies. You have the claw weapon, the Shotel, the Stone Great Sword and Flamberge. Great sword with an Undulating Blade. Undulating Blade is the choice weapon of the slithering serpent men of Sense Fortress. This weapon is designed to flay the skin and causes heavy bleeding. That's the weapon that the dual-wielding man-serpents use in there. You have the Demon Great Machete that you can get from Capra Demons. And it's just a really nice way of getting some kind of interesting weapons. And the Eastwood Grain ring that will make your well, it slows down weapon durability loss. Just not super interesting. You could kill Shiva as well for his shield and his weapon. And again, with the ninja guy, you could kill him for the wood grain ring if you wanna flip around like a ninja. Why do I have 12 Estus though? I don't really know where that comes from. I mean, I'm playing offline, so I'm not getting the Estus from people kindling the bonfire that I rested at. But down here you also have well, we have the pyromancy. We have the poison mist here and the pyromancy starting set. So that's where the pyromancer got to. And we got the poison mist. Unique pyromancy crafted by Engi. Considered a heretic even at the Great Swamp. Engi became an egg-bearing undead who serves a deformed young girl who speaks an intelligible tongue. We'll meet Engi in just a little bit. But it's kind of interesting to get the first notice of him in the game here, and kind of what kind of person he was or is. From these little worm guys here, you can farm the large shards as well, the large Titanite shards. It's a really nice way of farming them. They have a bit of a better drop rate than the slime thingies do in the depths. And if I didn't already have a +10 weapon, I would have stopped here to farm these guys, because it's a really nice way of doing it. They also drop the green Titanite shards. We don't really need it right now, but I was kind of planning on doing a little bit of offline farming as well, just to upgrade the armor and the shield a bit as well, because it's something that I usually don't do, and I feel like most people kind of don't. Most people that play this game, they don't really ever upgrade the armor and shield. I kind of wanted to just show off. I mean, we're kind of showing off the easy way of beating this game, so making it a bit easier on ourselves by upgrading a bit is never a bad thing to do. But the actual farming of these and for the normal Titanite shards, I'm gonna do off camera, of course. We can find the server sword here though, which is kind of an interesting weapon, because you can get a bit of HP restored on each hit. The same thing as you do with the butcher knife, actually. And it's kind of interesting that you get two of those weapons in the same area. This probably has something to do with the poison down here, where you just run around here poisoned all the time, and they thought it would be a nice thing to give the player some better healing stuff as well. Server being kind of a curved great sword that I'm not really a fan of. Here we get a green Titanite shard. And here is the Great Hollow that we saw from all the way up in Firelink Shrine. One of the most hidden areas in the entire game. Plank shield not really being interesting for anyone. Find a 20 humanities, get a little bit of a hidden entrance to this place. So we're not really gonna do much down here right now. Well, we kind of not gonna do anything. But one interesting thing is to note that we get 400 souls every time that we enter this area, and the reason why you get those souls is something that I only learned not too long ago, and I think that is what happened back in the Undead Burg when we were there, because I got some souls just randomly that I couldn't figure out where it was from, but the 400 souls that you get from entering the Great Hollow is actually from an enemy that spawns in the air. So you have an enemy in there that just spawns in the air and then just falls to its death when it's loaded into the game. So you seemingly get a very random bunch of souls there, and it's kind of interesting how something like that has not been like fixed in patches and whatnot, but sadly FromSoft is kind of notorious for not fixing their games. It's kind of weird, because there's so many bugs still in this game that you feel like they should have fixed, but they just haven't, and they never will, most likely. So we go in here and we can get ourselves a little bit of levels. We'll get a little bit more vitality and endurance. We need to prop up our endurance to get the fast roll later on. Need that one to get to 33 or 32, I mean. But having some extra vitality is always a good thing. And over here we will eventually have an NPC spawning. This is where we will find Quailana, one of the witches of Isolith. Well, one of the daughters of the Witch of Isolith. But we haven't been able to spawn her yet, because you need to have a pyromancy flame of level 10 for her to spawn. You don't actually need to have one yourself, but she will actually spawn if you have someone invade or get summoned to your game. If they have a +10 at least, Pyromancy Flame, Quailana will spawn as well. We get into the Quailog's domain, and these guys here is basically, well, I mean they're worshipping Quailog, but they are. I'm pretty sure they are just placed here for to teach you that they are not hostile. Like you don't have to attack them as soon as you see them. And here we can get some help from Mildred with fighting Quailog. So Quailog is a boss that is usually easiest to handle if you stay close to her and bait out her melee attacks. Because if you stay close to her, you can usually kind of you don't really have to dodge her attacks at all. The thing that you have to watch out for is when she jumps away, and also when she kind of lays down on top of her like spider head. That indicates that she's gonna do the AoE attack. But she will also spew around a bunch of fire and well, lava, I guess, the chaos fire. But one way of making that I haven't really mentioned before is one way of making the bosses a bit easier for yourself when having summons in a boss fight is to summon the helper and then enter the boss fight as soon as possible. Because if you manage to enter the boss fight before the NPC is summoned, then the boss will have the will have the health that she would have if you went in there solo. And if you go in there with summons, then the boss will will adjust the HP a little bit. Quailog is not really that difficult of a boss that you need to do that, but we mess things up a little bit by having a summon, so you can just do that and then you just run in as soon as possible. Quelaag, of course, being one of the more pleasing boss models. I really like the style of Quelaag, and not only because of you know what, the spider model is really good, and with the remastered it just turned even better. I think for the remastered compared to the normal Dark Souls is that the AoE looks so much better. Like you can actually see exactly where the AoE goes and everything. It just looks so much better. And we got the Soul of Quelaag. Soul of Quelaag, once daughter of the Witch of Isolith, but now a chaos demon. Special beings have special souls, and Quelaag's soul contains all aspects of chaos. Use it to acquire a huge amount of souls or to create a unique weapon. We'll definitely go into more about the Witch of Isolith, but for now we have met one of her daughters. We're gonna meet yet another one really soon. But first, we have to ring the second bell of awakening. And ringing both the bells of awakening awakens the golem that will unlock the gate to Sen's Fortress, and therefore give us a path forward in our mission, where we can now head up to Anor Londo if we are able to traverse Sen's Fortress. Here we have Angie.
Oh dear, what have we here? Are you a new servant?
We are.
But you have no eggs. No matter. Go along and have audience with our fair lady. I pray that you will mind your manners.
Of course I will. I'm a nice person. Just rest at the bonfire here so that we can get this as a warp spot later on. And here is the fair lady. So Angie calls her the fair lady, and in the game she doesn't have a name. She's never given a name by anyone except for Angie calling her the fair lady. So there's of course a lot of people calling her some sort of deviation of Quaelana, Quelaag, and like because all of the sisters seems to have that type of name, but I call her the fair lady because that's the only name that we have for her. And this is where we can use our old witch's ring, which will allow us to speak to her. But you can see that she's not doing too well. Like the initial model for her initial body was probably a lot like Quelaag's, but she's taking on a lot of blight pus that has been infecting Blighttown. So she's been taking on a lot of it to try to save the place from this pus, and instead it has made her completely immobile. She can only move around a little bit, and her eggs writhe a little bit in there, but other than that, she cannot move from this place. She's also a firekeeper for this bonfire.
Quaylag, my dear sister. Quaylag, what is it?
And it's a little bit interesting to note as well that she actually has some lip movement when she speaks.
Quaylag, my dear sister. The eggs, it hurts. They've gone still. I am afraid it may be too late. I am so sorry, dear sister. I'll be fine. I have you, dear sister. But promise me that you will take care of yourself.
So the fair lady believes that we are Quaylag, and that's because she's blind. She cannot see us, but Quaylag was otherwise the only one that could speak to the fair lady, and now she thinks that we are Quaylag.
I'll be fine, but that you...
Yeah. So we can with her we can reinforce the Estus flask like any other firekeeper, and we can also enter her covenant. We will.
Quaylag, it was so very nice to chat.
Yeah. We will do that later on. For now, we don't really have much use for it, but we will do. We will do. We don't really have any use for being in the Forest Hunter Covenant either anymore, but yeah.
Are you prepared to dedicate yourself to our fair lady? Then I will make available whatever you require. If you need something, ask me first.
And the only thing that keeps the fair lady going at all right now is from her covenant, where she will be offered humanity that will kind of prolong her existence a little bit longer. She's really not doing well, and very close to perishing. And she's kind of she's kind of screwed, so to speak. Like there's no coming back, but the humanity that people offer is it seems to be enough for now to keep her going a little bit anyway. From Angie we can get the servants roster, which is Egg bearer Angie keeps this roster of those who serve his master, a daughter of chaos. Angie praises those who offer significant humanity to alleviate his master's suffering. So yeah, that's just exactly what we're talking about. But Angie is supposedly doing all of this because he is kind of the main reason why Blighttown turned the way that it did with his poison mist, pyromancy, and some more things that we're gonna see later on as well. And he can also upgrade our pyromancy flame. Can we actually get it to plus 10? I think we're gonna be a bit short. Yeah, we are. Do we have enough souls to do that? Would be nice to be able to get Quaylana to appear straight away. Might be enough for 2 levels. I don't think we can get all 3 though. No. We need 12,000 now. We're not gonna get that from that, but we can use one of the boss souls. We're not gonna use that for weapon ascension anyway, so we can use the soul of Quelaag. That was not enough either. Dang it. Well, let's just use the Moonlight Butterfly one as well then. The Moonlight Butterfly one is actually more. It's better if you offer it to Fram than use it on you by yourself, because you would get more souls out of it. But that's fine. But now we have a +10 Pyromancy Flame, and Quelana should appear for us when we go back into Blighttown. But for now, this episode has gone on long enough, and we will have to call it off there. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.